said he barely drinks 2 years later. I realized I built my marriage on a lie. I told him everything before we even got serious. Not just surface level stuff, real things, the kind that shape your entire life. I told him about my dad being an alcoholic, how I grew up around that chaos. I told him about myself, how I became an alcoholic in my teens, how hard it was to get sober, how I fought to rebuild my life. And I told him about my ex-husband, alcoholic, abusive, lied to me about quitting. So when I said I didn't want alcohol in my life anymore, I meant it. It wasn't a preference. It was a boundary, a non-negotiable. And he knew that. When we were dating, he told me he almost never drinks. Said he might have a beer once in a blue moon, but it just wasn't his thing anymore. He didn't call himself sober, but he made it sound like alcohol barely existed in his life. And I believed him, because everything else aligned. Values, lifestyle, spirituality. It felt right. Safe even. So I married him. And then everything started changing. Literally the week after our wedding, he drank more than I had ever seen before. I remember feeling uncomfortable, but I told myself maybe it was just a one-time thing. It wasn't. Within a year, there were beer packs in our home. Dinner, beer, going out, beer. Even just the two of us, beer. He couldn't attend a single social event without drinking. Not getting blackout drunk, but enough that it felt constant, predictable, necessary. And every time, it hurt. Because this wasn't what I agreed to. This wasn't what he promised me. I told him again and again how misled I felt. How this was exactly the kind of life I had worked so hard to escape. Eventually, he said he'd stop drinking around me. But then he added something that broke me in a completely different way. He said he'd just hide it sometimes. Drink in the garage, keep it out of sight so I wouldn't see it. Like that made it better. Like the problem was my eyes, not his actions. Now it's gotten worse. What used to be once a month is now multiple times a week. Every hangout with friends == drinking. No exception. And when I try to talk about it, he says I'm controlling, that I need to deal with it. But I don't feel controlling. I feel betrayed because I was clear from the beginning. I didn't want a life with alcohol in it, not even casually. And if he had been honest, I never would have started this relationship, never would have married him. Now I'm stuck between two realities. One where I accept this and slowly become miserable, and one where I walk away from a marriage I believed would be my safe place. I don't even believe in divorce, but I also don't know how to live like this. So tell me honestly, is this me being controlling, or is this what it feels like when someone builds a relationship on something that was never true to begin with?